suspension of Nigerian Police Chief Abba Kyari vindicated IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu's disciple. Simon Ekpa, a disciple of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has said Nigeria breeds criminals. Ekpa, a Finland-based member of IPOB who was disengaged from Radio Biafra as a broadcaster, stated this on his Twitter page while reacting to the suspension by the Nigerian police force of the embattled Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari. Ekpa said Kyari's suspension confirmed his earlier statement that Nigeria breeds criminals. Kyari, who is the head of the Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team, was suspended over his links to the self-confessed internet fraudster Ramon Abbas, popularly known as Hush Puppy. The United States Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) had linked Kyari to Hush Puppy during their investigation. The FBI had alleged that Hush Puppy bribed Kyari to jail an errant gang member over a fraudulent deal worth millions of dollars. Following the revelation, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali, recommended Kyari's suspension pending the outcome of investigations to the Police Service Commission, and he was suspended. Ekpa wrote, "We have been vindicated again. Nigeria breeds criminals. The recommendation of IGP to suspend criminal Abba Kyari is another confirmation that they are all criminals. What is suspension? They didn't know how bad the situation was until they watched our exposition, faced with tears of joy at Police Nigeria." Or Nigerian police. I guess it does. It's not even like vindication in a way, because IPOB has been innocent. Like, if you're going to compare them to the Nigerian government, like, what has IPOB done that is actually wrong? Of course, in the eyes of the government, IPOB is prescribed as a terrorist organization. So obviously, in their eyes, they do need to be vindicated, or in the eyes of the world and sane, logical thinking people, they do need to be vindicated, because it's like, now it highlights that whatever the Nigerian government is saying has to do with the Nigerian government only and nothing factual. And it could be as a result of other things that we do not see. But yeah, Kyari's suspension, of course. Listen, we have Issa Pantami, in which, in my opinion, I think his case is the worst I've ever seen. Well, in my lifetime of understanding Nigerian politics, I think for someone in the government to be involved in a criminal act or links with criminal activities, I think his is the most extreme, and he's still in government. So the only difference with this case is that, first of all, the FBI is involved. Let's not even pretend like as if they can try to maneuver this kind of situation. The FBI actually even asked the government 2 times to release Abba Kyari, and of course that's when the IGP was like, you know what, we're going to have an internal review of the allegations. I'm like, internal review of what? As if there's going to be a mistake. Listen, these people don't just issue warrants or have warrants for arrest for nothing. They have proof to even prove why you should be investigated, let alone finishing the whole process of then knowing if you're guilty or not. So yeah, again, it's like, in a real logical thinking world, there's really nothing that IPOB needs to be vindicated over. Understanding obviously how everyone is just like, but the government, how they treat IPOB. So again, that's it. IPOB is not a terrorist group, rather a group with confidence and courage, ready to speak the truth without fear or favor. We move. Exactly. That is why, they have stumbling blocks. Not that they create it for themselves, because of the power and the courage that is different to everyone else or everyone's agitation in the country. Of course, with everything that's happening, they'd be oppressed first, if you get what I mean. Like, there'll be stumbling blocks on their way, because what they're doing, they're just doing their own thing. But then, of course, being under the government of Nigeria, the Nigerian state is, I think, in my personal opinion, very much intimidated by IPOB, and Southeast in general. That's my personal opinion. Don't argue with me. But I think that is just, it's a lot. It's a lot. Somebody else says he killed innocent Biafra, name of keeping Nigeria won. He will not go unpunished. What? I'm so okay. Um, Oh, okay. He's referring to Abba Kyari here. Police teller, you see what Kano told has finally before you that you police by day and Tiller by night. Oh, makes sense. By night you will surely leave Biafra land in shame and disgrace. Somebody here says IPOB committed no crime. So there's nothing to be vindicated over. Again, I'm saying obviously from the perspective of the government, it's the government against the world at the end of the day, to be honest. So yeah, they committed no crime. So there's really no vindication. The perspective where vindication will come from is from the government for them to see that, you know what, there's nothing really wrong here. But let's not pretend like as if they know what is going on. They're very much aware. They're very much intentional about the fact that they don't want the country to separate for their own selfish reasons. So let's not pretend like as if they have a thing against IPOB. They don't. They have nothing tangible, and that is why now that Nnamdi Kanu is in their custody, they're not committed to one thing. With the trial, they didn't have the trial because Nnamdi Kanu did not show up, as has happened, because he's in your custody. You're the one that has to release him. So now, because he did not show up, they've extended the whole case, and now the whole thing is now extended till October, the 21st of October. Imagine. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense at all. Somebody here says the blood of Igbo youth you killed will surely destroy him. I think the blood of Igbo youth killed is working in terms of making sure that Nigeria is not going to prosper. Like, I genuinely think there is really nothing you can do. We have to, if we want to fix the country, we have to start all over again. And for the fact that we want to, the only solution is to start all over again, it just makes sense for people to be like, you know what, let's start as separate entities and let us see what is obtainable. Again, our history was interrupted. We were not meant to be together. But depending on how things work, I think our unity should come first as Africans, not necessarily with subgroups and all that. Does not make sense. If we see ourselves as one, as Africans, as that entity, a powerful force, then the world would have Africa to reckon with, because of course it's not like as if we're underdeveloped. We're not under resourced. We're not under anything. We are sufficient in everything that we have. The only problem is that the leaders are just not doing what they need to do. But what I think, and do not forget to like and subscribe.